Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dookie. Happy birthday to you. How old are you today, dude? I didn't know it was your birthday.
34. Thank you very much.
Oh, you young ass little fucking kid.
Duke, did you
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Did you watch Star Trek Enterprise when it came out on your birthday?
I did watch the first episode with my dad. I remember
that
it was right after 9/11. Wasn't that right after 9/11?
Yeah, it was this today.
Yeah.
Star Trek: The Next Generation did not come. No, you're talking Deep Space Nine was
Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Or Enterprise. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was gonna say fucking Next Generation was like 89, wasn't it?
Yeah,
no, earlier than that, wasn't it?
87, I think. Anyway, I thought it was interesting that show aired 20 years ago. We talked about it last night a little bit, but and now it's Duke's birthday on the day that it actually came out. Just saying, Duke, you ought to watch that show.
Yeah, I watched it when it first came out. I think I watched the first season with my dad because we were big watchers of Voyager. That was my generation. That's what I kind of grew up on was the Voyager.
I do like Voyager, but there's a lot of shit episodes of Voyager.
I like Deep Space Nine, like Honda said last night. It's the best one, I think.
Like, Voyager's good, but there's a lot of episodes that are just like, God damn it. Like, I don't want to watch this.
I feel like Deep Space Nine was made for Honda and I because of all the baseball stuff. It's like, I don't like that many sports. The sport I do like is baseball.
I hate baseball. I quit it for X-Men.
I thought you liked baseball.
No, I quit it because I wanted to watch X-Men.
Well,
you honestly didn't like it that much.
What was the point of all that? I quit baseball for this. I thought you liked it.
No, I would literally rather sit around in my pajamas and eat Lucky Charms and watch X-Men on Saturday morning than wake up ass early, drive to some cold or super hot baseball field and sit there for hours bored as fuck. And then not to mention every day after school you'd have fucking practice. And I don't know, my dad was never a coach. And so the kids' dads who were coaches, they got to be the pitchers or whatever. They get to try out different positions and their coach was all nice to them. And they were just a dick to me because my dad was never there. So yeah, dude, I fucking hated baseball.
Okay.
I hated everything about it. I still hate baseball.
I meant the game, not actually playing it on a team or whatever. Okay.
The only thing I like about baseball is batting. Batting is fun.
It's the only part anybody likes.
Bases. I like first base and third base.
Going to the batting cages, I'd do that shit. That's a good time. It's like going to the driving range. Same kind of thing. Anyway, friends, Romans, and Patriots, lend me your ears and strap on your tinfoil hats because it's time for the Gay Frog Chat. The Gay Frog Chat is a blah, 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 blah. Anyway. I don't know. I always do that thing, and I'm getting kind of sick of that thing. I want to do a different thing. Can I do a different thing, or people are going to be like, well, he didn't do the Friends, Romans, and Patriots.
I think that someone will bitch no matter what you do. So don't listen to them.
It's true. I don't generally listen to the minority of people anyway. Although sometimes when they have a point.
I thought you were going to say I don't listen to minorities, and that might have got you in trouble.
He just can't say that on YouTube.
This is why Jolly can hang.
Dick goes in, he says, "Happy birthday, bitch." Happy birthday, Duke, from
Thank you.
Victor. You ever have someone get offended when you call them bitch, but you call everybody bitch?
Oh, it's cool.
Come on.
I'm glad you were the fastest swimmer, Duke.
And Hunanimous says, you're exactly 29 years older than my son. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I had a guy one time, I can't remember who, in some chat or something, and they got offended because they got called that, and they said because it's a prison thing. I was like, oh, dang, I didn't know you went to prison. He's like, no, I didn't, but...
So you just walk around with a chip on your shoulder with that prison mentality?
Even though they've never been to prison. I'm like, then why do you care?
The thing that I like is in Rick and Morty, Scary Terry calls everybody bitch.
You can literally... Okay.
You can run, but you can't hide, bitch.
You can't tell everybody, but there are certain people that you can tell have spent time in prison just by the way that they like walk and look around. It's like something about the way that they're doing it, and they're sizing people up, and you know what I mean? Like, they just got that prison mentality. And not everyone who gets out of prison carries that with them outside of prison, but some of them definitely do. And I think the longer you spend in there, the more chance you have of being institutionalized to the point where rejoining society is not really an option.
Yeah, and that's why I'm worried about my brother. I don't know how long he's going to be in there. A long ass time. He's going to be institutionalized as fuck.
I don't know. It depends on your what prison you go to, and because I'm sure that there's some that are like not as bad as others and shit like that. You know, depending on
like
who
if
the
you
inmates are with you.
It depends what security, because like my mom who went to basically like Martha Stewart prison, like that's pretty easy. I mean, it still sucks. It's still prison, obviously, but it's a lot different from being like in minimum or medium security or even, you know, maximum security or something like that. Like those are two completely different animals compared to basically like prison camp.
Ever know a Mossberg 500 to double feed every time there are 3 or more shells in the tube?
Sounds like your the lever that controls the feed from the tube that you depress to unload the shotgun. Sounds like a spring on it might be fucking up.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a 500. I've got a Maverick, and my cheap version of a 500 works just fine. So
replacing the mag spring isn't going to do anything for that problem because that's just more power, so it probably does it more now. But there's like a little coil spring that's on that lever that's on the right-hand side of the gun when you're looking down into the action from the bottom of the gun. And that little arm is what controls that.
Jolly, what have you been doing? We haven't talked to you in a few days, and you've been burglarizing Portland police officers with a sword?
What I think is funny is he had a sword. Like, kudos.
Well,
He has a sword and it's like a sword, like an Amazon hatchet and like an Amazon like throwing knife.
He looks like Peter Pan.
He is Peter Pan.
I'm pretty sure this guy went to that one shop that used to be in the mall, like every mall in America that sold like pipes and like weird ass like fantasy swords and shit.
He just comes at the cops. He's like, Rufio.
Remember the Metallica song "Inner Sandman"? Take you down to Never Never Land.
He ran at the cops doing like the what is it when you like stick your arms out to the side? Jolly would know this because he's like a Gen Z or whatever.
Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
Yu-Gi-Oh run or whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh, Naruto run.
That's it, Naruto run. Yeah.
I was trying to say that. I was muted.
I had this
drill instructor. Naruto run.
I had this drill instructor that looked just like Rufio, and at the end of boot camp, they let you ask questions, and they'll like promise not to like fuck you up. And I asked him if he was Rufio from Hook, and he fucked me up so bad. I was pushing for a long time because everybody started laughing because everybody like thought
he does look like Rufio from Hook.
Yeah, I'm like, are you Rufio from Hook?
That man looks like John Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
Duke, let's be honest. That was worth getting chewed out and smoked for.
Oh, it was worth doing all them push-ups. I ain't gonna lie. It was worth every push-up I did because I laughed so hard.
I would have been able to do the push-ups because I was still laughing.
Yeah.
I kind of want one of these shirts. I think it's a good message. I think while it's still legal, because honestly, we're headed for a place where at least thinking out loud won't be legal.
It isn't.
I like what Rihanna does. I'm on her side.
And if you go talk to your family and try to think with your family, they'll think you're crazy because you think the world is like fucked up and they don't. And, like, I sympathize a little bit more with Honda because like I thought my family at least kind of had a good beat on things. Nope, they're like fucking heads in the sand, fucking ostriches about to die.
So CVS, Home Depot, Ulta, and Target all have something in common. They're struggling to keep up with organized crime rings stealing from their stores in bulk and selling goods online, often on Amazon. $45 billion crime spree. Holy shit, dude.
Man, some guys swing for the fences. That's all I'm saying.
That's a lot, dude. I don't know if they're attributing maybe it like all theft is part of this crime spree or whatever, but like even if that's all fucking like petty theft that's going on at CVS's and Home Depots and shit, like that's a lot of fucking money, dude.
Well, can I be honest? I've gone to Lowe's before and had to threaten to steal the 2 screws I wanted because they couldn't fucking come up with a price for them. And that sort of shit. How many people are like that? Like they just get fed up with trying to figure out how to pay for it and they're leaving with it. It's an interesting. I don't know. I always had that bitch about Lowe's and Home Depot and places like that.
The crazy thing with a lot of these retail stores is they're not allowed to chase them. They're not allowed to like physically stop them.
Nope.
And like there's a bunch of crazy rules about all that stuff. And if it's under like $1,000, they're not even allowed to even talk to them sometimes, right?
Well, the way it works in places like California and now in Colorado, like Colorado's up to $200 they can steal, and it like the police won't even get involved. And then in I think it's San Francisco is where the fucking crazy shit is. There it's up to $1,000. So you can have like a $999 like bicycle that you bought, and someone can come and steal it, and you call the police like, "Hey, someone stole my $999 bicycle," and they say, "Sorry about your luck."
That's creating a whole. That's creating an issue.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of videos of people like walking into a CVS or whatever with a trash bag and just like going to the cosmetics aisle or whatever it is that shit costs money and just like stripping shit off the shelves into their trash bag and walking out the door.
How it worked when I worked at Lowe's was if you thought somebody was shoplifting, you could kind of catch them in like the wording, like be like, you know, if like you think they were trying to hide it, be like, "Oh, hey, did you want to get this today?" If they just walked out, you could like say something to them, but that was it. If they tried to be like confrontational, you just had to let them go. And you just wrote a report. If it was something small, you just wrote a report. If it was something large, the manager could call the police.
I was bartending one day, and this guy comes up to the bar and orders a sandwich and shit, right? I'm telling the short story right now. Anyway, he goes outside with his sandwich. He takes his plate and his fucking sandwich and he leaves, right? And I'm like, where did this motherfucker go? And I ran to the front door and I see him walking across the parking lot eating a sandwich. And we're not supposed to do this, but I was pissed. And I ran up to him and I'm like, "Hey man, get inside and pay for your sandwich. You didn't pay for that." And he's like, "Fuck you, fucking boo." And I go, "Get your fucking ass and fucking side right fucking now and pay for your fucking food." Right? And then he takes a swing at me and I dodge it and I slap the sandwich out of his hand at the same time. And he's like, "That was my sandwich. I was going to eat that." And I'm like, "That was your sandwich?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I step on it and grind it into the fucking pavement. Oh, that was a great day, dude.
Why is it that everyone thinks it's okay to steal now? Because, like, I have my own theories, but, like, this is a thing. Everybody thinks it's okay to steal, especially from corporations, because corporations aren't people.
Well, corporations have insurance. Like, there's a certain logic to it as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
But at the same time, it doesn't make it right.
No. But, like, I totally sympathize with the thought that, like, fuck that corporation. And that is the thought of most like the Antifa types when they steal shit.
Daniel says a lot of electronics coming out next year will require proof of purchase to activate/work, so they'll just be stealing dead products. Well, that's not yet. Coming up, hopefully. I mean, honestly, I pay for everything I fucking own, so. And the reason why half the shit I pay for costs so much is because people are stealing it.
That's a pretty decent way to deal with theft. Is a proof of purchase like that.
Well, eventually the only thing they'll be able to steal is shit that they can get with SNAP benefits for free or whatever. What are they called? The white money, not the green money. food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Because on food stamps, you can only get X, Y, and Z, right? So, like, it's everything that they can't get with food stamps that they're trying to steal. Maybe they're going to do universal basic income, and maybe that would help some of this. But, like, I doubt even that would. I think people don't like jumping through hoops to get money.
Not only that, but I think human beings are load-bearing animals, right? Like, if we float through life without a job to do, without something to give your life purpose through work, and through reward from your work being the pay that you receive from doing it, you don't have a certain level of pride, I think, in yourself and the things around you and what you're doing and what you're up to. And I think nihilism takes over a lot of the time in those cases. So you're just feeding a problem if you do that, I think.
Well, I think universal basic income is coming because they keep talking about it. So I don't know if that's going to make this situation better or way the fuck worse. And from what you just said, I'm going to go with probably way the fuck worse. Like, no one is going to want to be on universal basic income because it's going to be less money than having a job. Except for all the people that aren't ever going to get a job anyway.
So, surprise, surprise, FBI had informants inside the Capitol during January 6th riot, according to a report.
No.
I mean, we've been saying this since it fucking happened, obviously. But now they finally admitted it. Now it's finally public information. I wonder how many of those people who were inside the building were either FBI agents themselves or, like, accompanying, like, an FBI agent with them, you know, like, kind of egg them on to come in.
Yeah. I bet most of them. I bet people don't do shit like this without a ringleader, and we can't seem to know. I don't know any of the ringleaders. Do you? Never heard of most of them. And we're all up into the fucking right side of the political aisle.
What is the definition of entrapment?
Well, technically, if it was an informant and shit like that, then they have laws and rules to get around entrapment. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a thing. I don't know. Oh, we have the Australian Public Health and Safety. Here's what happens when you go outside.
My gosh.
Is that like 20 cops?
He's got a nightstick.
Oh no. He's got an aluminum rod.
It's pronounced aluminium down there.
Yeah, say it properly.
Gasoline, mate. Ka-chunk, all you need.
Petrol.
Petrol. No.
No, it's gasoline.
Okay, one major difference between Australia and America, as far as I'm concerned, the Second Amendment. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, like, I think the Second Amendment is the most important thing we have right now because of this shit. Because if someone starts beating me with a baton, it's not going to be long. I'm going to take that. And I think any free man would feel the same.
Leonardo Vu says, I heard the federal government is currently working with IT creating a digital currency. And that's going to be, okay, so they're trying to get everybody to accept the vaccine, I think, so that they can get a tracking program on every individual, because they'll accept that if everyone's got the vaccine, and now you got your passport, your digital passport, which is on your phone, which allows you to go out and do things. Now we've got a social credit score in the United States, right? In which if you don't play along or you do something wrong, you jerk to the bus driver, whatever it is, then you get negative points, and then now you have ramifications. Everywhere you go, they scan your fucking thing to, you know, like, do you have your COVID shot? Oh, well, it also looks like you're an asshole, so we're not going to serve you. You know, like, I honestly think that's where we're going. And the next step after that is gulags, is fucking, like, concentration camps, is segregated fucking ghettos where only certain people can live because they want to separate them from society because they're dissidents. Not to mention, who were the, like, worst criminals in the eyes of the Soviet Union?
People like us.
It was the dissidents. It wasn't the murderers. It wasn't the thieves. It wasn't the criminals. It wasn't the organized crime. It was the people who spoke out and had thought crime.
Well, that's a good picture.
Yep, I like that picture. I don't know. I just tweeted that because
In 1984, we would have been called unpersons. I think that's what the name we should adopt.
and there's a dragon, and I just said
Slay the dragon.
it's gay. It's just a gay dragon.
All dragons are gay. I consider dragons to be akin to Mr. Nimbus in some ways, where he's like the little horny ocean dude. Like they could have made him a dragon for all I care. Hello, police. There's a strange horny ocean man on my lawn.
Lauren Bobert tweeted, 2-year-olds are getting forced off planes for not wearing masks, while whoever, Mayorkas, just released 12,000 plus illegal immigrants into the country without so much as a COVID test. Isn't that funny?
It's almost like they want the pandemic to get worse.
I wouldn't
Well, it's
use
like-
funny as the term, but yes, I see where you're going.
I don't know, just they're enforcing the rules on the people that they're able to enforce rules upon. And those who are politically expedient and will give them a edge later on. Because if you make these people citizens, then they're going to be like, well, it was the Democrats who wanted to make me a citizen, so I'm going to vote for the Democrats. Now they're voting for Democrats for life. You know, and have like 18 children apiece or whatever, you know? Fucking Catholics.
I think you'd be surprised how many of the people that come to this country are conservative as fuck.
I mean, a lot of them who come from places like Venezuela or, I don't know, like from previous Soviet states or something like that. Yes, absolutely. Or Cuba. Totally. But
Yep.
like Mexico?
Mexico, you get a mixed bag of people from all over the world because they go there to fucking run away from wherever it is, right? So you get Mexicans for sure, but like most of the Mexicans that wanted to be in America are in America because it's been, you know what I mean, like that since like the 1900s, or not the year 1900. Like before then, border crisis was less of a thing because of all the fucking territories and shit, you know.
Nearly half of young people worldwide say climate change anxiety is affecting their daily life.
I really wish that I could show them what real problems look like.
You know what young people used to fret about? Nazis on Omaha Beach, okay?
You
what
beat
they
me
fretted
to
about.
it.
Okay?
Man, I think times were simpler when all you had to do was worry about the Nazi machine gun in you.
I do remember the duck and cover drills when I was a kid about fucking nuclear war, and that was like, for a kid, that was kind of terrifying. You know what I
My
mean?
school did that for tornadoes, quote
Yep.
unquote. And yeah, same thing.
We
You ever
we
put
did
the
it.
book
We did
over
it for
your head?
earthquakes.
Did you ever put they made you take a math book with you for the tornado drill?
Yes,
We
because
did.
it's up your
We
neck.
had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to do it if we were in the hallway. Like if you were in the hallway and the earthquake drill went off, you had to put the book over your head and like huddle up on the side of the hallway type thing. Like looking back at it, it's like, yeah, this book's gonna protect me against a collapsing fucking roof.
We had a sub one time, get the drill mixed up, and during a was it a tornado drill? They took us outside. Like, where's everybody else at?
Now, to be fair, much like the kids nowadays that are worried about climate change so much, my biggest fear growing up, I think, was quicksand.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's a legitimate fear, man. Quicksand's scary as shit.
Yeah, but
swallow
it's
you
not,
up.
as big, it's not nearly as big as a threat that I was led to make it to believe.
Well,
You know,
you
Look,
say
all
that,
these
but
movies
if
I
you went,
watched, I thought quicksand was around every corner.
well, if you went to like a river delta, it is. You know, so it depends on where you go.
Well, I just avoid the water out of principle. If I was
Jolly
meant to
doesn't
be
know
in
how
the
to
water,
swim.
God would give me gills.
Well,
you can talk to Night Strike about that still. I
There's a
mean,
documentary called Water World, Jolly. You should watch it.
Yeah, no, it's a false lies.
So we've
False
got
hope.
this. Police identify suspect in fatal shooting outside Broomfield Walgreens. His name is Jolly something or other. No, this fucking kid, he killed a dude and shot a woman and a child. And it's fucked up. It is. It's not a cool story. But I retweeted it because there was 15 or 20 fucking times this popped up in my Twitter feed from different news sources talking about it. And I think the reason is, look at him. He fits the fucking profile, doesn't he? Oh, look who's here.
Why are you such a penis?
Because...
Why do you not show up for chats?
Dude, I've been enjoying my weekends lately. I don't know why. I've just been like hanging out with my family and stuff more on the weekends.
You don't need to give an excuse that you have family. Like you're allowed to.
Did you get your motorcycle yet?
No, not yet. I'm going to look at one on Tuesday.
Where at? Which one?
It's a 2004 Honda Shadow with like 8,000 miles on it.
Dude, you have to go to like Laredo or Corpus, I feel like.
I'm not driving that far for a fucking motorcycle.
Well, when I was looking at your Brownsville, Texas fucking Craigslist, there ain't shit down there.
No, there's like 3 bikes that I could afford.
And you looked at one of them because...
And it was shit, yeah.
And it was shit.
I bet you can find a bike easier in Tulsa.
Probably could.
Think about when you come for Wanamaker, you can pick it up. I can stash it somewhere here for you.
Thousands of police assemble on Melbourne streets, demanding identification, questioning people about their vaccine status, and supporting the government for COVID tyranny measures. If they don't answer correctly, they're assaulted, handcuffed, and taken away for processing.
Ugh.
Dude, Melbourne's going nuts. Like, how does this help anything?
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Just ran up and kneed him in the back?
Yeah, just knee him in the back.
Just for good measure?
Because he's already curled up in a ball in the fetal position, so you definitely need to do that.
Kick him on the ground. Yeah. I love how police kick people when they're down.
Okay, I was thinking about like this whole like COVID measures for police officers. They have to be vaccinated in order to fucking remain a police officer, and if you don't take the vaccine, then you're fired. Don't you think that's another like litmus test? Like, hey, go along with what the state wants you to do, and if you're on board with it, you get to keep your job. And if you might stand up against us, you're going to probably stand up against this, so you're going to be out. So when we give people orders later, we don't need as many DARPA dogs, you know?
Honestly, I'm kind of still thinking about taking the Moderna vaccine just because, like, fuck them. I think half of me's like, it'll kill me. Half of me's like, nah, I'll probably be fine. If I'm fine, I don't care. I'll take the proteins or whatever.
George Poston says, every episode of Johnny Quest had quicksand. Did it?
Yeah, that's part of the issue.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen that quicksand meme going
Should call it
around?
Johnny Quicksand.
There's the one, I don't know, it's been going around for a couple years, but where it's like shows all these different pictures from all these different shows like Gilligan's Island and all this shit of people sinking into quicksand. And it's like, when I was growing up, I was led to believe that quicksand would be a way bigger issue as an adult than it is.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Like
Exactly.
It was in everything you watched.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was worried about quicksand growing up. Now I'm like, oh, fuck it. Like,
I watched Mythbusters when I was a kid, and they busted the quicksand myth. And if as long as you keep like your head out, it doesn't matter, right? They like tried their damnedest to create a situation where like you would get completely swallowed, and you kind of bob like a cork. So like quicksand, you die of exposure. Bad way to go.
Tara Smith says, I'm looking for an affordable dirt bike for my son to learn on. He's 6 foot 240. Damn, that's a big boy. I would say get a DRZ.
Tara's a big girl.
Because the Suzukis are, of the Japanese bikes, probably the most affordable for what they are. And they're comparable in quality to the Hondas or to the fucking Yamahas. And DRZs, you can get a used one for pretty cheap. Get like a DRZ 400 or something. That's what I say. But that's actually, I'm biased. That's kind of the bike that I want to be honest. Oh, we got this. Who do you think's going to win?
The dude on the left.
Dude on the left looks quicker.
Yep, I'm gonna go with quick.
I do feel like if that dude on the right gets one good punch in, though, he might win.
He's going to knock him cold, which knowing Honda's videos, we all should bet on the one on the right because it's always somebody getting knocked out cold. And that little dude, I don't think is going to do it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Oh, no, we were right.
But watch this. He keeps going. Like, you think it's over?
Well, he gets back up.
No, he just starts fighting everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
He takes this dude down. Kicks him again. Like, that guy's just fucking shit up.
He's mad. That's like, you remember Christmas Story of Little Ralphie? When he gets so mad, he beats up the bully? I think that's all of our superpowers. That if we got mad enough, we can fight anybody.
Have you ever seen Red?
Retired Extremely Dangerous?
No, I mean, like, physically, literally gotten so angry that everything turns red and everything goes away and all you see is red, and then you wake up with your hands around someone's neck.
Yep.
I've never done that, but, like, I've seen red and then backed off from it quite a bit. I usually try not to do that shit.
So we've got this. Should the climate movement embrace sabotage? How to Blow Up a Pipeline by with David Remnick. September 24th, 2001.
I'm all for free speech, but at a certain point, is it smart to write a book? That's my question.
Who knows?
Andreas Malm insists that environmental movement should rethink its roots in nonviolence and instead embrace intelligent sabotage. I think that's that shit's coming, dude. They're laying the seeds for it right now.
Well, if
you know what, I'm all in favor of this. They just need to test bed it in like New York and California and just take down like the state grids. But I would highly recommend it. Go for it, my dude.
Man, I gotta say, the thing that makes me think is if the Antifa are the brown shirts and they're here representing the Chinese Communist Party, a book like that would make them into the SS instead of the SA. You know what I mean? Like the SA marched around with shovels and got in fights and shit, but like the SS just fucking killed people.
Well, guess what? They don't have to anymore because they've got these vaccine passports that they will soon turn into digital QR codes that will give the government the power to establish a social credit score and impose more restrictions. Businesses in China have already implemented this. It's on the Government of Canada's website. So this is happening in Canada already.
Yay.
And Canada's just a little bit ahead of us in this because they've already, they've been locked down harder than us and they've been doing things a little bit different. And now they've got their vaccine passports with their QR codes. And the next step is the social credit score. And that's what this is all about. It's not about, honestly, the more I think about it, probably the vaccine itself isn't even that bad for you. I mean, I'm still not taking it. But it's not about taking the vaccine. It's not about the vaccine itself. It's about the fucking mandates and the fucking overbearing government coming down on us for not complying. Period. That's what it's about. And we got this one. It's like a reverse George Floyd, except for they're robbing him. The fucked up part is people walking by don't help him.
Don't get involved. Don't be a good Samaritan because it comes back to bite you.
This.
They're just watching. The dude's recording. This guy actually starts helping. As far as I can tell, he was just walking by a second ago.
Zombies, man. We have financial zombies.
They're just emptying his pockets. Everybody in the comments was busting on this dude for wearing flip-flops, though. They're like, dude, if you were going to get...
This is... Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Where was this?
It is in... Fuck. I forget. Lisbon.
Lisbon, Maine, or Lisbon, Portugal?
I think Lisbon, Portugal.
Oh,
Okay.
Well,
It matters less.
But these dudes are like not from Portugal. Like, listen to them talk. That's Afrikaans or something they're speaking. That is not fucking Portuguese.
I think it's interesting that we're making an apartheid state, and the apartheid people are us.
Yep. Oklahoma father beats up pastor accused of inappropriately touching 9-year-old son at bus stop. Here's the pastor.
yeah. I think I read a little bit about this. He suspected something, so he like staked it out and like saw it with his own eyes. I think it went to
As
town on
someone
this dude.
that wants to start a church, here's some free advice. Don't let your kids be alone with religious people.
I don't know, man. Like, you fuck with me, I'm going to be pissed. You fuck with my car, I'm going to be angrier. You fuck with my kids, I'm going to beat you up worse than this guy got it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying to prevent such things, don't let your kids hang around pastors because they're all fucked up people.
Luke B says, Tim Pool claims he's forming a company that will fact-check the fact-checkers. That is the name of the chat tonight. Who does fact-check the fact-checkers?
Who watches The Watchmen?
I don't know. But it seems like the fact-checkers make up their own reality, don't they? Plain Nut says, Portugal has a lot of Africans there. It's true.
Yep. Portugal.
That thing I sent in the group text was that Texas rep talking about the shit going on in Texas. Had it exactly right when he said that whenever we take in people from wherever, you're just draining the people that are worth a damn out of that country. And that country is going to be fucked for life. The real compassionate thing to do is tell them they can't come here.
I think that's the way it used to work. But now that you can take in tens of thousands of people wholesale.
Yeah, because you need voting blocks, right?
Well, it used to be like you'd come here to work. You'd come here for like, because you were the industrious one who was smart enough to figure some shit out and get enough money together to come to America and like sneak around and share an apartment with 8 dudes and all ride together in the same truck every morning and stack every penny that you could and send it back to Mexico. And then after 10 years, you could move back and live like a king. That used to be the formula. But now it's like, all right, move here, and then through chain migration, your entire family ends up here, and they all get welfare, and no one has to do anything, and as long as you show up for the welfare check meeting and all that stuff, you're good to go. It's seriously fucked up. Flashfinger says, does anyone take Tim Pool seriously anymore? I watch Tim Pool quite a bit, actually.
I don't watch him, but only because he gets me mad because he's right. He got red-pilled pretty hardcore, and he has this like unique view mix that is like the way in many ways. Like he's not right on everything, but he's right on an awful goddamn lot now because he's like looking at it objectively from a third point of view.
I mean, he did go from anti-gun to pro-gun.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big fucking move right there, you know?
Pretty big move.
Incredible.
I think there is no one left that's anti-gun.
That's a cool costume. The guy in the wheelchair.
I mean, if you got to be in a wheelchair, you might as well have a cool costume for Halloween.
I think it's funny that if you go back and look at that, that's the dad's costume. So they're just assuming that, I don't know, dad got his legs blown off in Iraq. That's what that costume's for.
I don't think we're quite here yet.
No.
I am upset that the mom, who is obviously supposed to be Elastigirl, is wearing the skirt because she did not have a skirt.
I think we actually might have passed that point, Honda. What if we're at the point where, like, the back half of the ship broke off, and we're watching New York and California just cruise for the bottom while the rest of the ship slowly sinks.
I just don't see us. I don't think we're there yet. I think we could be there with the economy tanks, or if what you guys were talking about last night with the logistics. That's going to be crazy if people can't get stuff that they need and want on a large scale, not just toilet paper and paper products, but like medicine and food and things like that. That's going to freak people out.
I don't know, but it seems like their answer to that is, well, here's your 6x6 prison cell. Enjoy your time for the next 10 years doing whatever. Like, for real shit, they're handing out prison sentences, and for non-real shit, they're fucking rehabilitating people, which is a good move for once in this country to fucking rehabilitate people instead of just throwing them in prison.
Yeah, it's already happening, man. You already, it's to the point where, think about it right now. Think about this. You want to go buy a car right now. You might not be able to. You know?
Yeah.
I was looking to buy a car and have decided basically to order one, and it's going to take like 3 months.
I don't know why you don't just get a 1994 Toyota Camry, like I've been saying this whole fucking time.
Because I'm getting a 2000 something Toyota Avalon. We had that conversation though.
Haitian migrants transport supplies back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico. No shit. Like, that's been going on for like weeks now. Thank you, whoever you are, George Ventura Media. Who is this guy? Oh, that guy. He's been on the scene a lot. I think he's just repeating shit because not enough people are watching what's going on. So to somebody, that's news. God damn. You missed all the beginning of the chat, Matt.
Okay.
I don't
We were
know.
looking at Jolly using ninja swords.
This does not look like me.
It looks
Yeah.
just like you. That's
How
just
does it look
you.
like me?
You just
If
took your
you
glasses
grew your
off.
hair out,
One,
And,
my
like-
hair's not curly.
Yes, it is. You're a lost boy. You fight with Peter Pan against Hook. So, just saying.
Jolly's secret identity is Rufio.
No, I said this man looks like John Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
That's right, Rufio.
And then I like this t-shirt. As well as the bitch wearing it. And then there's the, what is it, $45 billion crime spree. Did you hear about this, Matt, at CVS and Home Depot and Target and Ulta?
Wow.
Where crime rings are coming in and like bulk stealing shit and then selling it on Amazon.
Well, that's what happens when you don't control crime. When you just let them walk in, when you start passing laws that, oh, well, if it's less than $1,000, we're not even going to do anything about it. All that type of
is
bullshit.
it even a misdemeanor anymore if it's less than $1,000, or is it like a fucking ticket?
It still technically is a misdemeanor, but they just don't enforce it. So
Yeah, the cops don't show up.
Yeah.
You call, like, you as the business owner call the police and say, hey, they're stealing makeup from the makeup aisle, and the police say, that sucks.
What I love is all the women that justify stealing makeup as the pink tax or whatever. It's like all the women's shit costs more than the men's shit. And like maybe that's because if men had to pay the same amount for fucking healthcare products that women are paying, they flat out just wouldn't buy them. That's not good for nobody.
Did you know that the FBI has now admitted they had informants inside the Capitol during the January 6th riot, Matt?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
I also say that I think men are pig-headed enough on general where they will just buy the cheapest thing possible, where women enjoy buying things on average. Like shopping is a pastime for them. It's something they like to do. And so the companies have gone, the women are more likely to buy it. We can probably charge them more.
Well, don't forget,
And they apply it to everything.
While women may make 78 cents on the dollar of what men make, or whatever it is, they also account for 70% of all consumer spending. So, Yay, equality. I'm tired of all the equality of outcome shit. Like, I don't mind equality of opportunity. Give everybody the same chance. There should be a meritocracy. Like, if you're good at something, you should succeed at it. You should make more money than someone who's not good at it in the same field. And there shouldn't be this, like, level, not even playing ground. It's like level fucking housing for everybody or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And it doesn't work, and it's never worked, and we've got more people and more people riding the wheelbarrow rather than pushing it these days, and at some point there's going to be so many people who are hopping on that wheelbarrow that the people pushing it can't do it anymore, and the wheelbarrow gets dropped. And the whole fucking thing is in a bad way. Although I was talking to my buddy who knows things about stuff, and he was saying, I was like, yo, when does this shit go south? Like, when does it get bad? And he was like, it will never actually get bad. They will just continue to, like, steal as much as they can and keep everything going as much as they can and convincing idiots as much as they can to keep the whole thing going, but it will never actually come screeching to a halt. And I actually disagree with that. I think that it kind of has to at some point. Like, mathematically, it has to.
Maybe not in our lifetimes, but yeah.
No, within our lifetimes. Like, if you look at the national debt calculator and then you push it forward like 10 years, it more than doubles in the next 10 years. And it's more than doubled in the last 10 years. And it's doubled in the 10 years before that. So we're going through exponential growth. It's a parabolic curve. And at some point, the number that we owe in debt is going to be so high that even the interest on it won't be able to be paid unless we just print more money to do that. And then we got to print money to fucking live too. It's like it just gets worse.
You remember in The Hunt for Red October when he's talking to the Admiral and he says, your average Ruski son don't take a dump without a plan. That's all these people too. They're all fucking people with schemes and plans, and whether their scheme is to tank America and steal everything or like fucking they have a plan to not pay that debt. I don't know which it is, but they have a plan of some sort, and I'm curious to know the details of their plan.
Honda, I sent you a Discord message. It's a pretty great image.
Oh boy. Oh geez.
And it totally doing this probably totally wouldn't get you beat up in public.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what she should wear. With those cowboy boots too. Is this you, Ray Ray?
No. Not tall enough. I wouldn't fit in that subway.
I mean, he's got a skirt and cowboy boots on. That's all I'm saying.
I did not expect Night Strike to look like that without a beard.
Oh, Night Strike's shaved. Look at this dude. He's just like
he's just like what is this man next to me?
That's a choice, I guess.
What does it say at the bottom of the shirt? Rich white something?
Inward.
Oh, okay.
With an A and
the thing Yankee yells
hashtag
at
as
the
the
moon.
I. Yeah, it just has a hashtag as the I.
Daniel says, old news, but did you know India's stats health advisor died from the jab? Are you talking India? India? Or
Yeah.
like Indiana?
India, I think.
I think it means India.
He could be in Indiana, though. That's weird. Part of this dude's thing is that I'm guessing no one, when he was growing up, he didn't get any fucking fights, right? So he's dressing this way to provoke somebody to hit him first so then he can fucking fight somebody. That's my thought. Like, why else would you do that?
I don't think that dude looks like he could win a fight with a 12-year-old girl.
I think you would be surprised because some people have an inner rage monster, man.
Yeah, but he's also got a double chin and...
Yeah,
Man.
your inner rage monster is fine.
He's got a
but if
double
he
chin
can't
staring straight up.
actually do any damage, like
Yeah, like his inner rage comes out while playing D&D, looks like.
unless he tries to fight like a meth head or something. Even
I don't
then,
know.
they're on meth.
I look a certain way, and if you tried to fight me, you would find out pretty quick that you were in over your head. But maybe I'm different than him. I don't fucking know.
We should do a Guns and Geeks podcast, like WWF night when we all meet up in Tulsa.
I'm not going to
tables,
fight
ladders,
you,
and
Hondo.
chairs.
I'm not afraid to fight you. I'm afraid I'm going to hurt you.
WWF. One
Give me
night.
the chair.
Intensity
die
in
immediately.
10 cities.
Yeah, but you never know, Jolly. You might be like a high flyer, like a luchador.
Yeah, Jolly, I'll be master, or I'll be blaster, and you be master, right on my shoulders, and like you work the gun.
Jolly would be like Spike Dudley.
I'll get a backpack for you to ride in, Jolly. It'll be fun.
I'll fight Matt, but everyone's got to like make sure there's no 2x4s around or whatever.
No, that makes the matches interesting. Make it like ECW days.
Like if we're in the middle of like a basketball court, then it's okay. Then I'll do it. Daniel says, "I thought that was happening at Mark's." What?
What?
The fuck are you talking about?
What's Mark's? Is that a place?
I believe that it's like I don't know. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't even think of a joke.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Exactly, it's from The Room. My favorite part of that movie is still that he shoots himself in the head and then continues to commit suicide for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say there, Daniel. What are you saying, Daniel?
Dang, Daniel.
When wages rise, cost of everything goes up because corporations don't want to lose their juicy profits. I don't know, the way Biden's talking, he's like, well, we got to tax the rich, and they're not paying their fair share, and there's 50 corporations in this country worth $100 trillion or whatever I think they're worth that pay zero in taxes. I mean, come on, man.
I will say I am in favor of tax reform. My opinion on what should happen is it should go to a flat tax for everybody, 10%, and there's no loopholes. There's no loopholes
agree.
for anything, but it's a much smaller tax. But everybody pays it, no matter what.
I've been saying
Unless
that
you're
since I
like-
was a kid. Sorry, go
Unless
ahead.
you're like a vegetable or something, you pay the taxes.
I've had that. I've been saying that since as long as I can remember. That's my main issue with paying taxes is I can't even figure out what I would fucking owe, and like I have to go hire someone to do it. Basically, I'm like, I usually just end up going, yeah, that's what I owe you, and just pay whatever the fuck it is.
That's why I use TurboTax.
Oh, we got Luke B and Blazer Dude duking it out in the chats. You know what? We should do a Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble. I don't know how to fucking say it.
Royal Rumble?
I think we should get
You need
horses.
more than 2 participants.
I think we should get horses and armor and baseball bats and have some sort of jousting match with baseball bats.
No, have you ever seen like the medieval, like I think they call it like medieval MMA or whatever like that? It's like dudes in full plate armor that just go into like a ring and.
Yeah,
That's,
great. They just
I've
have
heard of
those
HEMA,
ball
which is-
swords.
I always like the Mad Max costume where it's just like football pads with spikes on the shoulders and shit like that. Like they
Yeah.
should have like football players play that, like some sort of fucking Mayan ritual, like the team that wins loses kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Every time you tackle a dude with your shoulder, you like impale him.
I watched a thing on the Roman Colosseum earlier today, and it was interesting. It's about why half of it's missing. When Rome collapsed, the people that set up in the Colosseum were people that were making lime for masonry, and they were burning the shit that the fucking Colosseum was made out of to make lime, to make mortar, to build all the shit that is in the Vatican.
So the recycle.
It's almost like they didn't care about the games anymore because shit got real.
Oh, that's a good idea. Wax bullet dueling.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
If we had
We
like
just get-
a full face mask of some sort.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
they
we
used
just
to
get,
have
like,
back
sim
in like
rounds.
the turn of the 1900s. Like dueling wasn't like you could still go and do dueling, and I don't remember if they were wax bullets. I think they were like salt bullets or something.
I think they're
but
salt
you would
rounds,
wear like
yeah.
you would wear like a padded vest and like a mask, and you would go out and like they basically had it as like games, like it was almost in the Olympics.
So we could do like sim rounds. They have like conversion kits for AR-15s and most pistols where you can like convert it to take these like paint bullets.
Yeah, but then you're like asking for a Brandon Lee moment.
So
Yeah, but like
what I'm hearing is part of the new religion will be wax bullet dueling. Oh my God, Jolly!
Thank you, Jolly.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jolly. I
even Discord up.
I was gonna do it, but you were locked on his, so I sent it to him, and then I texted him.
Send it to me.
Send it to you.
There are many stages to this plan.
I hate you guys, seriously.
That's great.
That's so good. I'm only sad that it sent as a still image and not the GIF.
Yeah, the GIF was way better.
All right, here's states that played rank ordered that played the most D&D. Number 1, Utah.
Yep.
That's weird.
I could see
Number 2, Idaho. Number 3, Washington. Or no,
That is
that's Oregon. Sorry. Number 4, New Hampshire. Or that's Maine.
So not only can he not read, he doesn't know his states.
So the
Well,
difference.
it says NH9.
No, it says
four.
Maine and Vermont are number 4.
See, I like
it
how
also says MA. Isn't that Maine?
that's Massachusetts.
No.
Massachusetts.
MA is Mass, ME is Maine.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that Oklahoma is the nerdy cousin of Texas.
Wait a minute. There's 3 number 4s.
Yeah, because they can all. I mean, they can all be within ballpark of each other. That's probably why.
There's several number 14s also.
Yeah. They're like, and multiple number 12s.
Well, it's probably because they all ranked even.
Well,
That doesn't make any
what
sense.
is the metric by they are judging this?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's weird.
Also, I don't believe that California is ranked 46 on that list.
I think you'd be surprised. I think all the nerds don't live in places like that anymore. Maybe.
They all live in LA.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit to do in California where, like, a lot of those other states, it's like, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to sit around and do nothing because I don't even have a movie theater in town. All I have is, like, the local card shop, you know?
Remember when Europeans and Aussies called Americans barbaric for not giving up our guns?
Yep.
This proved to be a mistake.
So I just want to put this out there. Every single time they take the guns, bad shit happens.
Yeah, like literally every single time.
May not happen immediately, but it will happen.
I mean, do they have guns in Venezuela? No.
How many people
Well,
in this room own as many guns as they do because of Red Dawn?
No.
I own as many guns as I do because I think I'm addicted to buying things.
Yeah, I just own as many
You
guns
pick
as I
something
do
useful.
because I like buying. Like, I just like buying cool shit, and guns are cool shit.
I will say
don't
this.
know.
I think I'm more addicted to buying accessories and kit for guns than I am actual guns themselves.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, well, my gun has this and this and that and this and that and
Yeah,
this
like
on
I
it.
like pimping out my guns more than
I'm like, how
actually
many
just buying
ARs
the
do you
whole
have?
gun.
Just that one. Like, fuck you.
Well, how many can you
Jolly.
shoot at a time?
Technically, 2.
2 is 1 and 1 is none, Jolly.
So I'm working on finishing the other one, the spare.
So that you'll have 1. Because you'll have 2, because 2 is 1. But then you only have 1 and 1 is none, so you'll need another one. Huh. Racism.
Okay.
So anything we should watch for the podcast tomorrow, Matt? You got any suggestions?
I don't know.
Netflix dropped a bunch of fucking trailers this weekend.
I watched.
Oh, Matt, did you get my text about Extraction?
Oh, part 2? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a part 2.
There's
Like,
a part 2. There's a trailer drop.
Netflix dropped like a dozen trailers, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, they've dropped a lot of trailers.
Because they had like some sort of event, like Stranger Things 4, Witcher 2, Extraction 2.
You know, you guys have seen The Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor and all that, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the third one? Came out this weekend?
I know that.
It's called
No.
Midnight Mass.
Fucking Christ, no.
Me
I
and
didn't
my
know
wife
that.
watched that one this weekend. It's 7 episodes. It's fucking good.
I'm not gonna have time to with work, but
I will not say anything about it because there's a lot, in it. But
Is
good.
Still awake?
good though.
Good, yes. I would put it on par with the Hill House season, and definitely better than last season's Bly Manor. The Bly Manor was good, but it wasn't like this was good. This was really good.
Okay. I'll probably check it out this weekend.
Is Duke still awake?
I don't think so.
That's it now.
I've been chipping away at fucking 9-9 this weekend. So.
Oh yeah.
So this show, Squid Game, it's like a Korean produced. It's like a movie, but it's a show, so it's like episodic and longer. In which there's like 400 or 500 people or something like that have to participate in this game. There's 7 different games, and the winner of all 7 games gets like a shit ton of fucking money.
It was 4 billion yen or something like that.
But then they don't realize that if you lose, it means you die. Like they kill you. And so they have to like get through the game without being dead. And I started watching it, and like it starts off right away with like the first game and like what's going on? Oh, we're in this room. Okay, we're playing red light, green light or whatever. And then everyone starts dying. It was like, oh shit. And then it's just like a Korean movie, and it was stupid after that. So I skipped to the next game, and I watched that, and then I started watching the show, and it was stupid. So I just skipped to the next game, and the next game, and I watched the whole fucking series by just watching the parts where everyone dies, and it was actually pretty cool like that. Like you can do it in about, 45 minutes or an hour, something like that. I would highly recommend watching Squid Game like that. Just skip to the parts where they're playing the game.
You know what you can't do in 45 minutes to an hour? Fucking Star Wars Visions.
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes. So far, there was like, how did I get to episode 6?
There's like 2 episodes that I'm like, oh, those were good. The rest, like, I'm never going to get that time in my life.
I liked the first episode, and I liked episode 5, which episode 5 was I forget what it was called. What was the name of it? Fuck. It's the one where the dude's looking for all the Jedis.
Yeah.
Like in the far future or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no more Jedis left.
That one was cool, and I'm on your side. Yep, episode 1. Outside that, I couldn't give a shit about any of the other stories.
Then there was the one that was just like, was it some love story or something? I don't know, man. I couldn't get through it. It was like, I don't know. And then the one about the kid who was a rock star. I was like, why?
Yeah, why does this exist?
What is this? Okay, little bobblehead Boba Fett. Okay.
And then the one where it was like Mega Man or whatever the fuck it was, like the little robot.
Yeah.
Isn't Cowboy Bebop your jam, Jolly?
Oh, Cowboy Bebop is one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yeah, the live action's coming out. I saw that.
I am, and I'm so unhopeful, but I just hope that they just make it its own thing. Make it its own thing. Don't make it.
Yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up
I'll be happy
because I remember I vaguely remember watching some episodes of Cowboy Bebop back in the day on like Toonami, but I couldn't to ask me what the plot line is. I couldn't fucking tell you because I don't remember it that well. But
I would recommend going back and watching it.
I remember I enjoyed
really
it. I don't have time to watch it. I still got fucking 2 seasons of 9-9 left. I got fucking I got like
season. It's 27 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. I still got like 50 episodes of 9-9. Now I got to watch this new thing on Netflix. Like Venom comes out this weekend.
Yeah, on Friday.
Oh, does it? Oh,
yeah, they moved it. They moved it to October 1st release date.
What's Hellbound?
Some Korean thing. I don't know.
God damn it, Korea!
I saw the trailer.
I'm happy to see like Korean cinema because like Korean cinema can be good. I mean, they brought us
Old Boy,
Train to Busan and stuff, and Old Boy, and yeah.
Pay no attention to the super chat.
Why?
I did.
okay,
I saw that, but I didn't see what he was talking about. So,
Why did it go? So I'm watching Star Wars Visions, and I watched the first one, and then it said, "Okay, here's the next episode." It gave me episode 8.
Ah!
That's right.
Ah! 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 Ah!
What is so
I can't
bad
stop
about
looking
seeing
at
dudes
it.
piss?
It's the grossest thing I've ever seen.
It's so homophobic.
It's amazing to me that we're as good of friends as we are.
No, I don't give a fuck. It's fine.
It's just the tongue, and that can be straight couples too. I don't like the tongue.
What did that picture say?
I didn't even read it. I was just, there's so much else going on there. Let's see. Ah! For my lover. That's what it said.
Who's lover?
Rhonda the bearded lady's lover.
Whoever that is. Jolly Roger. That's who.
Looks like you got some mentions.
Dude, stop it.
It's the same one, isn't it?
It's the same fucking one.
He's going through the same 5 posts over and over again.
Well, no, because you so you hit the Twitter button, it takes you to the newest tweets that people just tweeted, so you can see what just happened, and then it's like, ah! Every time. Did something else happen? Let's find out.
Posts over
Still
and over
not.
again. Because it's the same 7 posts over and over again. Nothing new has happened.
Hon, I thought you didn't use this account for anything other than just to scroll through shit.
I would think with Honda's troubles with whatever, that bro love would just be the natural choice, you get fucked over a few times.
I don't think that's how it works. Although, what if you were really intensely in love with a girl and she broke up with you for a woman?
Okay. You ever have gay revenge sex and film it and mail it to a girl? That's the only appropriate.
In my travels in this life, can't say that's come up.
Oh, Honda, are people
No.
trying to?
No.
What?
No, whatever it is.
No, what?
It's
No, it
you
looks
don't
like somebody's
trust
trying to
you
have
or
a
something.
Twitter war with you or something.
Yeah, you got 4 notifications.
Hey, Jolly, check your stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
Ah! Ah!
What is up with all the penises?
God, Matt.
It's a family show, Matt. Come on.
It used to be a family show.
Honestly, given the topics of discussion of the Gay Frog chat, it should probably not be for children.
Here, we can look at cool knife porn and stuff.
Because knives aren't gay.
I mean, a little bit.
They're gay in the same way swords are.
They are kind of long and pointy.
Rhodesian. I feel like he's got a lot of land to shoot on. It's pretty cool. The fuck? Does that compensator attach to the Picatinny rail, or how does that attach?
I believe so.
I think so. I think it works the same
Yeah.
way as Mark 23, comp.
The comp, yeah.
I wonder how much that setup costs.
I'm trying to think is that Wesker's Beretta?
That's
What's this, Matt?
What?
It's a 12
Right here.
gauge of some sort, I think.
That's a penis.
Yeah, thank you.
that's an owie kazowie.
Oh.
I kind of want one of
No,
those.
that might be a 22. Looking at that fore end.
I think it's a 410.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It's a cool little ghetto blaster.
That would be cool. Like it's just like a pack shotgun thing. That and 410, not much recoil. You get pretty
That'd
good
be a
with
great
it.
little pest gun.
I was thinking like for like survival hunting, like birds and small game and shit. Like you get good enough with it, you know.
I don't think there's any sights on it.
Yeah, there's a bead sight I think in there.
500 Magnum with like a 1-inch barrel.
Yeah, that's that bear survival thing. Yankee had one of those, didn't he?
I think he still has it.
How often does he shoot it?
Apparently.
Not much, probably. It's a wrist breaker.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to shoot.
No. I think he has the 460 in that little snubby configuration.
Same
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah, but it's 500. I think it's like a 4-inch.
Yeah, 460 fucking sucks.
Yep. Might as well be 4570 or some shit.
Really
Desert
want to
Eagle
get a
pistol.
Jericho.
I like the baby eagles.
I almost bought one of those once. A friend of mine was selling one at 40, and I shot
saw-
it. It was a really nice shooting gun.
I saw a Desert Eagle I wanted to buy. It was from 1986, basically brand new in the box with all the advertising. 6 magazines, and they it was in 357, and it was an aluminum frame one.
Nice.
I'm like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, I do like the Jew guns. They do make some good guns.
The Jew gun.
I almost
I
called
feel
them
like Israel like takes designs from other countries is like, wow, that's really good. We're gonna tweak it slightly and then make it better.
Well, it's like if Israel doesn't make fucking good guns, their whole country gets wiped off the face of the planet in like no time flat. So they're like, make the gun good, or we all die. I feel like.
So they just steal other people's ideas and make them better.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, okay, what's the best idea out there? How can we make it better? That's what we're making. Like Galil, got it, or whatever, you know.
AK Galil, CZ75, Jericho.
I can't wait for the next election after all this shit. Like, with what's going on, I'm hoping that it's waking a bunch of Americans up. That's a cool gun.
Model 59. It's got a buffalo nickel in the grip. That is pretty cool.
Buffalo nickel.
That's a fireball.
Fireball. Dun, 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 dun.
Is that what the fireball is from?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, dude. What is that, in 357 or something? What does it say?
I don't know, but like I'd rather have your J frame than that.
Tiny
I
letters.
feel like that thing would not be... I'd rather shoot the 500, I feel like.
My argument is, why would you buy that over the J frame like 642?
Because you want it.
Yeah. It looks stupid with the trigger guard. I want that. That looks cool.
That's cool.
I don't want that.
It's like a Mativa race gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, someone's got their AR all set up. The flip-up sights and a hello sun. And a Hello
Damn.
Kitty fucking
Really?
red dot.
Is that just that sight, or do they have their rear sight on backwards?
They do. It looks.
Oh,
like,
it's on backwards. I just noticed that.
Okay,
That's
I thought it
hilarious.
was me.
Who is this? Mr. Didi. Mr. Didi, you gotta flip around your backside.
Fix your nonsense.
Wait, technically, he could run it that way.
I mean, you
I've-
could.
I've run a front
Technically, it wouldn't
sight.
fix it.
I've run a front sight backwards before.
Yeah.
I like that setup. It's nice.
Just remember you have it on backwards when you go to like make
Adjust.
adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only thing.
Everything's like, how many clicks backwards is this?
Taurus GX4.
Yeah, that's their
Yes.
new like slimline 9mm
Okay.
subcompact. Yeah, like
Isn't that the one that has the kind of like
Oh.
the shield, has like a stagger stack magazine?
I think so.
yeah,
a little
it's
more-
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still gotta
Is it?
take
I
the
think like 10 rounds.
TX22 out and shoot it. I haven't shot it yet.
I think I dropped out there for a second.
Oh yeah, the Steyr. Matt likes the
Oh damn.
I like the top Steyr because it's the one from the was it Project Spew or whatever, or Salvo? It's one of the experimental U.S. Army prototype guns.
Those are nice ass fucking Berettas.
Where'd the bolt go?
Oh,
That's a can.
everything's got a can on it.
Wow, what can is that?
That's an expensive ass setup right there.
Bye, Angry.
Kraut magic gun.
Space Magic.
Oh, here's Tara Smith's AR-10.
Gonna be like full auto.
You don't have a flash hider or a fucking anything on there? That's all right. Those are pretty cheap, I guess.
Oh, the barrel's threaded.
Seems to work pretty good.
Are you going up or down through Gunporn?
I'm going up.
It's going up.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you. Because I know you, and I know what's going to happen if I go down.
Well, I mean, those are guns too. All guns matter.
Protect them, force you to wear
No,
pants.
Roy Munson posted a fucking two really pimped out. I think they're from fuck, I can't remember the name of that movie from the 90s.
I'm the Professional.
No, Shakespeare. Romeo and Juliet.
God damn it! Now I'm stuck.
No, dude, I promise you, there's no nudity. I swear.
Except
I
for the
swear.
titties.
No, dude, she's covered up. She's covering the titties with the guns. You can't see anything.
That's
Yeah.
pretty risky.
It's risky, but it's not. Okay.
It
Those are
technically,
some
per
fake
the
titties.
bylaws.
What if she? No, it's both her she's got no trigger discipline. It's risky
True.
as
It's true. I'm sure
that
it's true, probably.
silicone is at risk. Oh Jesus Christ! Are you sure there's no?
I promise, I would not do that to you.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God!
laugh.
Okay.
It's just real suspicious.
It's close. It's like close.
What on earth?
God damn.
What is
That's why
wrong
they're
with
nice
people?
Berettas.
Jesus Christ! Fuck me. God.
You believed him?
Yeah.
There was nothing nude. There was no nudity there. Okay.
Well,
Not
there was a little bit with that dude, but everybody's seen that picture.
Yeah, that picture's everywhere. He's not even nude. He's got underwear on.
Lord of mercy.
Lord me.
A nice 1791 holster. P226, or is it a?
That's a P226 Navy or Mark 25.
Fuck it. That's pretty cool. I know Damascus like sucks or whatever, but I think it looks cool.
It looks cool. I don't think it sucks. I just don't want to make my knives out of it because like every knife I make, I want the person to actually use, and like I don't think Damascus is a good choice for that. Like the one thing it has going for it is that if it gets rusty, you basically scrub off the rust, put some oil on it, and it looks pretty much the same. But like if you do like a forged finish, it kind of does the same thing. So I don't see spending the money on Damascus. I'm too cheap.
I don't know. I've like seen how they make it sometimes. This is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's the gun from Blade Runner. You know there's actually like 3 guns that go in to make that or some shit like that? There's 2. There's like a 22 target rifle and a revolver that are involved in making that gun.
That's pretty fucking cool. Nine millimeter. 9mm so puny. Oh, who's that? Picked up a Lima 19. Didn't you used to have a Lima, Matt? Wasn't that your first 1911?
A llama? You mean?
Lima?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what a lima is.
I don't know either.
Liama. Lima.
Llama.
Nope. I had a llama.
That's how you spell
L-L-A-M-A.
llama. Lima is Lima.
There's not two L's in llama.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
Your mom's a llama.
My mom does have an affinity for llamas and alpacas.
Does she
We almost
spit
got-
on you when she's mad?
We almost got her an alpaca one time. She really wanted an alpaca named Strawberry Sprinkles.
Why the fuck didn't you get your goddamn mama an alpaca?
Because we didn't have anywhere to put the alpaca.
You should have given the alpaca your bedroom.
We were
That's
not
what a
keeping
good
the
son would have
alpaca
done.
inside. Well, I was at college, so I didn't have a bedroom.
I think we've already seen all these.
Yeah.
Damn, look how used that knife is. Holy fuck.
Yeah, someone's sharpening the whole damn thing away.
I ain't got their use out of it. Oh god, what is this? Oh god!
It's every time.
I'm gonna make it my life's mission. So every time you open something up, you get
Go back to Twitter.
Picture.
Oh,
Can
no.
can we kidnap Honda and put tattoo that image on his eyeballs?
Australia is proof that gun control works exactly as it's intended to.
That is true.
I'm almost afraid to scroll down now. Like, I don't know what I'm going
You
to
should
see.
be. You really should be.
See, experts agree. Gun control works. You know what's crazy? When he fucking died, no one wanted to go in the room to check on him because they were afraid of getting yelled at. But he was like dying on the floor of a fucking aneurysm or whatever.
You know, that's I guess who you have to be to get to the top, right? Like, you have to be that person that's fucking that scary, I guess, in that particular setting, the communism and all that. If some monster always rises to the top.
Dude, now my Discord's just going nuts right now. Like, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to post dicks or something. I guarantee you that's what it is. I'm not even going to look, guys. I'm not looking again. Not tonight.
Did PSA launch their 104?
Yeah, it's just going nuts. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was somebody's phone.
No, that is my phone because I closed Discord on my computer. And so my phone's getting all the notifications now. And then there it is again. All right, I'm closing fucking this too. We're just not looking at anything. You can just look at our fucking emojis.
I was going to go post some dicks for you.
I think everyone did. I'll look. I'll look now that you can't see. Let's see what sort of shenanigans everyone's been up to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's people joining the Discord so they can see all the shenanigery. Charger's mad at you. What else we got here? Oh, Jolly's message. Thanks, Jolly, for doing Matt's bidding.
I mean, I just want my dad to love me. That's so wrong.
Does your dad not love you?
Well, he apparently walked out on me.
Mm-hmm.
Did he go to get some milk and he just never came back?
Yeah, milk and cigarettes, and never came back.
Well, in my defense, I didn't know about you.
This is
didn't
true.
know that.
But, like,
Is that true, Colin?
no, I'm making a joke about Matt.
Oh, okay.
Milk and cigarettes. That's a terrible mix. Matt just comes on your chat to troll you. No fucking shit, apparently. Used to be here for support.
Well, once you know the child doesn't need support anymore, you just go fuck with him, right, Matt?
Yeah, you're like, well, look, the bird's flying. Let me throw some rocks at it. Like, see if we can knock him down a peg or two, just to see,
Now I've got to put him in his place.
Is it wrong that because Honda has that little ATF dude as his like thing that like that's kind of now what I see when I in my head when I think of Honda? Suspicious ATF dude.
Mm-hmm. He's been playing us this whole fucking time.
Honda's actually the one that's the fucking provocateur.
He's the FBI informant.
It's just needs to say AFT instead of Colorado.
AFT. You should get the AFT.
Do they have AFT hats you can buy? I'm sure they do.
They got to somewhere.
Yes, they totally do.
Thanks to our entrepreneurial spirit, I guarantee you that product existed.
$20 for an AFT hat. I kind of want that.
Do you think you should buy more silver or more food?
You should buy food until you don't have any food that you need for like over a year. I think.
I was thinking about buying like a couple of totes full of like shelf stable stuff. Jesus Christ. They are hot.
I'm just gonna make you see that everywhere you go.
I think is really funny is that the main watchers of gay porn you would think would be gay men, but in reality it's like chicks.
Yeah.
I thought gay porn even grossed out gay dudes sometimes.
That's why the chicks watch it.
Okay, Tara says, I promise there's nothing bad in the messages, says Tara. Where is it? Okay, screen share. La la la. Urgent medical device recall. Philips Respironics? Is that a word? Respironics? I guess so. Voluntary recall of devices due to two separate issues related to polyester-based polyethylene, sound abatement foam, and the Philips continuous non-pathway blah 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 blah. What, are they fucking pumping people full of polyester and shit?
Maybe.
I've used CPAP machines or I lose my job. I was forced to, like many drivers, and I was told I might have mild case of sleep apnea, so they put me on a BiPAP, then CPAP. They got the government behind it, foreign bureaucracy, funding all the unnecessary shit, at risk of our jobs if we do not comply. This was nationwide a decade ago, and still now, these machines are hurting us. I see something similar coming with the vaccine.
So, like with the CPAP thing, the big lie is if you lose weight or don't have a lung condition or something, then you won't need one. Like if you have pre-existing conditions and shit, that's one thing. But like a lot of people are on CPAP machines because of weight, and that's their way to tell you to lose weight, I guess. Because like everyone's afraid to tell people that, but like I probably needed a CPAP machine, and I lost 260 pounds. I don't need one.
Do you know who the most underrepresented group in all of the United States is when it comes to not taking the vaccine? Like the ones who have taken it the least?
Black people.
PhD.
Wrong. Correct. People with a PhD.
Oh. Okay.
By that group, like out of all of the people who have PhDs, they are the lowest percentage of vaccinated people. Isn't that interesting? And that makes me think about like the whole Project Veritas video that came out where the doctor was saying that it's basically an IQ test. If you have a low IQ, you're going to get the jab right away. And if you have a high IQ, you're going to wait.
I'm not saying I'm not going to take a vaccine. I'm just saying I'm not going to be amongst the first ones to do it, which I think is exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, I found another picture, Matt. This one's for you.
Hold on, I'm not even looking. Hold on a second. What'd you find?
Stank range.
There you go.
He got some lotion on his face.
You got
Gotta rub that shit
something
in. Otherwise, he gets those chalky looking elbows, you know? On that note, it's been an hour and a half, guys, which is how long we normally go for the Gay Frog chat. Sorry we didn't have more compelling, interesting, conspiratorial stories to go over tonight, but sometimes that's how it goes. So we'll see you tomorrow night for the Geeks and Guns. What is it called again?
Free for all chat.
The Free for All chat, where I will be sending Matt lots of gay almost pornography for him to screen share while he's looking at things. Whatever
Okay.
he's looking at, I will send it to that medium.
I
And he
look
will
forward to
accidentally
the
pull it up.
day. Look forward to the day when it is the Guns and Geeks podcast again, like the Geek Night, because
Yeah, I
things are
miss
somewhat
Geek
normal
Night
again.
too.
We still talk about geek stuff. We just not all. It's not all geek
Well, you changed it because it was one, there was a lack of content, but also the world was so crazy. It felt like every time there was a stream, we had to mention it.
Yeah. I think
I
we
just-
need some normalcy returned on Monday nights, maybe. I've been feeling that
Well-
too, Jolly. You're not the only one.
I'm not going to tell Matt how to run a show, but I pray for the day that happens.
Same.
You are praying to the Lord Night Strike.
Dear Night Strike, please save us from the government.
Dear Night Strike, please.
In nomine Patria Filia Spiritus Night Strike.
Exactly. We are the Knights of Strike, led by Sir Strike.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.